Now my audio works. Welcome everyone to Combat Wrestling Trivia. I gotta move a couple things around here. We are going to introduce your players today because it is a last man standing match. Previously, under this format, we only had one last man standing match in history. There was a couple before that under a different format, but under this one, you would have saw Travis Fame defeat Andrew the Dude Hayes, I believe just about a year ago. That came down to 1-0, so we will see how this format works today. However, we have two players here that are very familiar with each other since they joined this league. I believe they played each other probably 3 or 4 times now. In different formats, one-on-ones, more than once, triple threats, same human rule, and now it'll all end in a last man standing match. The winner will take on Paul Mead at Prestige for the Twitch TV Championship. So what a better way to decide that than just to have the last man standing. Welcome in to this CWT Pro Wrestling Trivia Champion, Steve Mesa. He's here tonight with us, as well as Jack979. Yeah, that's probably just a bot. All right, guys, we're going to introduce you. As you can talk while I set this up. First off, he is a former Twitch TV champion himself, and a WWT Intercontinental and Tag Team Champion, Jacob Cameron. How you doing?
Good, and future Twitch TV champion, because I am going to Prestige and I'm going to get my title back. But first, I must clear my account. I gotta get my account cleared.
Hey, you got to do what you have to do to get to that title once again. And trying to get his first championship in CWT, and he's on his way there. If he can defeat Jacob today and win, and then go to face Paul Mead, it's Scott Gotta. Scott, how are we doing today?
Doing great, that's right. I'm looking to get that title opportunity. You know, I want to really be under those bright Prestige lights, and excluding same human rule, myself and Jacob's record against each other is 1-1-1. But after today, I'll be the last one standing.
Damn, big words there. Thank you for the help there, Steve. Also, Chris Perkins is here. He says, have a good and safe Memorial Day weekend. I don't know what that means. But whatever that is, I hope everyone stays safe this weekend. Good job, guys. All right. We are going to take this off here. This, unlock it. Whoop. There we go. All right. So, in case you're wondering how this all works, well, it works like this. It's going to show up very weird on here because I put it on StreamYard and not the Twitch, but here we go. Bottom score, this, there, that. Too many moving pieces. All right. So, it works like this. The game begins with 4 battle zone rounds and the 2 strengths provided before the match. Each player, the points earned in those 4 rounds will be the starting score going into the last man standing rules. Every correct answer will keep your score the same. Every incorrect answer will be -1. Once one player reaches 0, the remaining player will be declared the winner and will be known as the last man standing. So, if you guys are ready, and I apologize in advance because this is a big match, I will let you know that these battle zones are a little bit on the harder side.
Okay.
So before we begin, Jacob, you're on top. Give me a number between 1 and 3 to shuffle the battle zones.
3.
3 it is. 1 and 2 and 3. Okay. Then before we completely begin, we're going to go ahead and bet some loonies. You can bet them on Jacob. You can bet them on Scott. Go nuts in the chat. Bet your channel points on who do you think will win this match. Will it be Jacob? Will it be Scott? Choice is yours, friends. We're going to start with your first battle zone. And it comes in the category of The Undertaker in the 2000s. And your battle zone is... Who are the first 10 wrestlers The Undertaker defeated on television or pay-per-view, starting with his 2004 return as the Dead Man? we are going to start the first one with you, Jacob. Whenever you're ready, give me a name.
Kane.
And Scott.
Booker T.
And Jacob.
Heidenreich.
Scott.
JBL.
Jacob.
Luther Reigns. No relation to Ron.
Scott.
Randy Orton.
Okay. So since we are through 3 for each of you, I want you guys to notice that it says TV or pay-per-view, not just pay-per-view.
Oh, snap.
But we'll continue going. Jacob.
Okay. So, I want to. If I. Do I have. If it's like a tag team, do I say the team name or individual names?
Individual names.
Okay, then Bubba Ray Dudley.
Okay.
I had it down too, so Devon Dudley.
Okay. And Jacob, your final one.
John Cena.
Okay. And Scott, your final one.
I think I'm just gonna go with Orlando Jordan.
All right. So, your correct answers are Kane, Johnny Stamboli, Nunzio, Booker T, Bubba Ray Dudley, Devon Dudley, John Cena, Orlando Jordan, Gangrel, and Viscera. So you both got 3. So we're going to give that a score of 3 for Jacob, 3 for Scott. Remember when they had Gangrel and Viscera come back and they didn't hire Gangrel again, but they hired Viscera? Good times. All right.
Dumb.
So we're going to go to the second battle zone. And it comes in the category of WWE pay-per-view posters. And your question in pay-per-view posters is: who were the first 10 wrestlers to appear on a WWE pay-per-view event poster by themselves in the 2010s? So they were the only person on said poster. Alright. We're going to start with you on this one, Scott.
Sheamus.
Okay. Jacob.
Randy Orton.
Scott.
Wade Barrett.
Okay. And Jacob.
John Cena.
Okay. Welcome in, Josh. Welcome in, buddy. He says it's gotta be gotta. Alright. Scott, you're next.
I'll go with Edge.
Okay. And Jacob. What's going on, Jonathan Peck? Welcome in.
Mark Henry.
Okay. And Scott, your fourth one.
Kane.
Okay. And Jacob, your fourth.
Batista.
And Scott, your final one.
I think it was 2010. And I know it seems weird that he'd be by himself, but I know it was either 2010 or 2009, so I'm hoping it's 2010. I'm just going to say R-Truth.
And Jacob, your final one.
Alberto Del Rio.
Okay. Let's see what we got in our chat. Welcome in, Rucker. He's here. He says, my dudes, let's go, gotta. Yeah, welcome in, Rucker. Long time, man. Long time. Alright. So, your correct answers are in order. Batista, Sheamus, Edge, Randy Orton, Kofi Kingston, Kane, The Undertaker, Wade Barrett, Rey Mysterio, and John Cena. Scott, you got 4. Jacob, you got 3. So, Mark Henry, I believe Mark Henry just missed because he would have been on the Vengeance 2011 poster. I think this ended with Extreme Rules 2011, I want to say. So, Scott, that'll add 4 to your total. Or no, bringing you to 7 and Jacob to 6. We go into our next battle zone. The heat is on. It's because, please don't kill me for this one, but I wanted to make it a little bit more difficult. Because your question in Bret Hart as a singles wrestler in the 90s is, this one starting with you, Jacob. Who were the last 10 wrestlers that Bret Hart defeated in one-on-one matches on Monday Nitro in the 90s?
Goldberg.
Okay, just give me 1 second to get my thing back up again. Okay, and Scott.
Lex Luger.
Okay. Jacob.
Chris Benoit.
The Rabid Wolverine. Scott. Just realized I didn't. There it is.
I'm just gonna go Hogan.
Okay. Jacob.
Sting.
And Scott.
Something's just telling me Bryan Adams.
And Jacob. Rucker just told you to go to hell, Jacob, for saying Sting. He loves Sting.
DDP.
Alright. And Scott.
Roddy Piper?
Okay. And your last one, Jacob.
It's gonna sound really out there, but I think I'm onto something. Will Sasso.
All right, and Scott.
I'm just gonna go with Kurt Hennig.
Okay. All right. So, your correct answers are Jerry Flynn, Goldberg, Lex Luger, Meng, Jeff Jarrett, Billy Kidman, Perry Saturn, Chris Benoit, Van Hammer, and Will Sasso.
Ooh, nice work.
Will Sasso, yes, Will Sasso was an answer. So, Jacob, that'll bring you up to 9. Scott up to 8 as we go into our final battle zone.
I knew that Sasso bullshit had to happen in there somewhere.
That's kind of why I wrote it, because Will Sasso was the 10th one, and I was like, I gotta do this. Will Sasso has to be an answer. All right, so your final question comes in the WWF A New Generation era, and that question is: other than the final two, British Bulldog and Shawn Michaels, who are the 10 wrestlers in the 1995 Royal Rumble that recorded at least one elimination? We're going to start with you, Scott.
I'll say Crush.
So, two things in a row, you say Brian Adams.
Yeah, right.
All right, Jacob.
Dick Murdoch.
Scott.
Owen Hart.
Jacob.
Jeff Jarrett.
And Scott.
Oh my God. Marty Jannetty.
Okay. Jacob.
Seems again a bit out of left field, but I think I'm onto something. Jimmy Del Rey.
And Scott.
Maybe Adam Bomb. Let's go with that.
Okay. Big Chronic fan. All right. Jacob.
Chronic. Let's go King Kong Bundy.
Okay. And Scott, your final one.
Man. The Supreme Fighting Machine, comma?
Okay. And Jacob, your final one.
Timothy Well.
Never thought he would be something guest on the Battle Zone, but here we are. So, your correct answers are Crush, Lex Luger, Head Shrinker Sione, Dick Murdoch, Eli Blue, Quang, King Kong Bundy, Mabel, Henrik Godwin, and Aldo Montoya. So,
Wow.
Scott, you got 1. Jacob, 2.
Nice work.
So,
Scott, don't feel too bad. That match was awful. And
Yeah, it was.
hey,
they were scraping the
when
bottom
I
of the barrel.
when I looked it up and I was like, let's see how many people go to eliminations. And I was like, okay, so if I take out Bulldog and Shawn Michaels, who were like the only two important people in the match, there's only 10 people that had eliminations. I'm using it.
Literally, the only reason why I knew Dick Murdoch was in there is because OSW brought it up, and they called him a big fat barrel of shite, and that's
Oh my
the only
God.
reason I remember that.
So Owen Hart didn't even get an elimination in that one?
He
Well,
lasted
was
3
taken
seconds.
out by Brett before
Ah.
the match, so he wasn't even in. He was Curtis Axel.
Yeah, he lasted 3 seconds,
Oh.
according to Wikipedia. So, we're going to go into the questions round. It's 11 for Jacob, 9 for Scott. If you're new in the chat, yeah, Just Incredible did have an elimination, Chris. Same human rule. So if you're new in the chat and you missed the rules, so now they have their scores locked in. Every correct answer is worth nothing, but every wrong answer will make them lose a point, and the last person standing will be declared the winner. But before we begin, Scott, since Jacob shuffled the first round, give me a number between 1 and 3 to shuffle this round.
I'll go with 2.
1 and 2. So you're going to hear these questions in the order they currently sit. Your first question comes in the category of the 2010s. Which 2011 pay-per-view saw the Awesome Truth defeat Triple H and CM Punk? A tag team match. I'm going to be honest with you here. A lot of these questions are just me clearing the final round from the Clash. All the unused questions were put into this.
Gotta use them somehow.
Yep. And then we're going to start fresh for Prestige. All right. Jacob, what do you got?
It's the one where the ring broke. Vengeance.
Scott.
Yeah, I kind of knew that month, I thought. I said Hell in a Cell, but...
Yes, it was a Vengeance. So Scott, that'll bring it down to 8. I believe Hell in a Cell was the one where they got arrested when they tried to break into the cell.
Or
Yeah.
Red.
Yeah. So, your next question comes in the category of Ring of Honor. Which former ROH World Champion won the Survival to Fittest tournament in 2015 for the second time, becoming the only wrestler to win it multiple times? All right, you're both in. You didn't know ROH was a company in 2015? Oh, God. Scott, what do you got?
I put Adam Cole.
And Jacob.
He's facing Will Ospreay Sunday, Roderick Strong.
That is a dirty sweep. We were looking for Michael Elgin.
Oh.
Michael
Fuck.
Elgin. Yeah, I agree. Fuck that guy. Didn't write that question. So, we're going to move on to your next question. 10 to 7. In factions and tag teams. And that question is... Which future ECW World Champion did Big Van Vader team with to form Big, Bad, and Dangerous? Alright, looks like you're both in. Jacob, what do you got?
Bam, bam. Bigelow.
And Scott.
I also have Bam Bam.
That's because it is the correct answer. Bam Bam Bigelow. Moving on. Next question's in the category of main events. And it is. Who did The Undertaker defend the WWF Championship against at the 1997 King of the Ring? Jonathan Peck says that Bam Bam Bigelow should have broken Goldberg's streak. Your thoughts? All right. Scott, what do you got?
Farouk.
And Jacob.
Ditto.
Farouk is the correct answer. Moving on to your next question in the category of NXT. What was the name of the match that Imperium defeated MSK in to win the NXT Tag Team Championships at Halloween Havoc 2021? We need the name of the match. Alright, looks like you're both good. Jacob, what do you got?
I put Trick or Treat Street Fight.
And Scott.
Similar. I put Trick or Street Fight.
Well, that is a dirty sweep we were looking for. It was a Lumberjack O-Lantern match.
Oh, yeah, they were all dressed up.
Rucker says, hey, Gunther is going to kill us if we don't win on a pole. Okay. All right, so your next question comes in the category of SummerSlam. The Dudley Boys lost to which two former NXT champions on the pre-show of SummerSlam 2016? Okay. Jacob, are you in?
No, I need a second.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm in.
All right. Scott, what do you got?
I have the Vaudevillains.
And Jacob.
Lucha Dragons.
So, the question says, lost to which two former NXT champions? We were looking for Sami Zayn and Neville, NXT champions, not tag team champions.
I had Neville written on my board.
So that it brings us down to 8 to 5. So go on to your next question in the category of TNA. Who did Eric Young defeat to win his first TNA World Championship? Oh, good. A lot of people in the chat did say the Vaudevillains. Scott, are you in?
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay. Scott, what do you got?
I have MVP.
And Jacob.
It equals victory. Magnus.
Magnus is your correct answer. 8 to 4. We're going to move on to our next question. In the category of ECW. How many times did the Impact players, Lance Storm and Just Incredible, win the ECW Tag Team Championships together? So as a team themselves, not individual. I don't think they won it with anyone else, but just together. Alright, looks like you're both in. Jacob, what do you got?
I said one time.
And Scott.
I went with twice.
Correct answer is twice, 7 to 4. Moving
Second
on
guess.
to your next question in the category of The Undertaker. How many times has The Undertaker won at WrestleMania where it was not by pinfall? You can take your time with this one if you need to think in your head. Just
Literally any other finish other than pinfall, correct?
exactly where he wins.
Okay.
Yeah, the randomizer. I only wrote 2 number questions for this, I think. No, there's more. But I only wrote a couple number questions out of like the 50 we had written for this, and they both went together. You would be correct, Wrecker. You would be correct. So would you, Peck.
All right, I'm in.
All right, we'll wait on Scott.
I think I'm in as well.
Okay. Scott, what do you got?
So I have 5.
All right, and Jacob.
Said 4 times.
Correct answer is 5. WrestleMania 9 by DQ, WrestleMania 22 by casket, WrestleMania 24 and 27 by submission, and WrestleMania 36 by buried alive.
Oh, I forgot
The
fucking
Boneyard. The
Boneyard, right?
Boneyard.
I somehow remembered the Boneyard one before the Triple H at 27.
All right.
Can I get a score update, please?
Yes, it is 6 for Jacob, 4 for Scott. So we want your next question in the category of WCW. And your question is: Diamond Dallas Page made it to the finals of the WCW US Championship Tournament and lost to who at Starrcade 96? So basically, who won the US title at Starrcade 96? I believe this was actually written for a your guys' triple threat originally for the streak round, if it did happen. This would have been Paul's question. Scott, looks like you're in. Jacob, what do you got?
Called him a burrito boy, Eddie Guerrero.
Scott.
Oh, that seemed right. I went with Jeff Jarrett.
Correct answer is Eddie Guerrero, 6-3. Moving on to your next question in the category of championships. Your question is: what was the first singles title held by Jeff Hardy in the WWE? See you later, Rucker. Thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate it.
Later, Rucker.
Scott, do you have an answer?
I do.
Okay.
I'm in.
All right. Scott, what do you got?
Hope it wasn't before spring 2001, because I went Intercontinental.
And Jacob.
Same thing.
That's because it was correct. When you defeated Triple H on SmackDown for the Intercontinental title, I believe he won the IC title, the light heavyweight title, and the hardcore title all within like 2 months of each other. It was crazy. That's why it's a good question, because they're all so close together. All right. Moving on to your next question, the category of the WWE Championship. And your question is, who was the first wrestler to win the WWE Championship that was born after the title was created?
I think I know this without really putting much thought into it. Oh wait, no I don't. No I don't. I'm thinking of something different.
You're definitely thinking of who was the first person to win it at WrestleMania after it was created.
After WrestleMania was created, yeah, that's totally what I put down.
I kind of figure that, because I believe they talk about that a lot. Scott, you're still thinking?
I am. I'm writing down an answer though. I just don't know if I'm locking it in or not, but
Just gotta confirm that I got this right. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go with it.
All right. Jacob, what do you got?
Said HBK.
And Scott got it.
Well, I put the same answer. Shawn Michaels.
Well, you are wrong together, because the correct answer was The Undertaker, who was born 1 year after the title was created and won the title in 1991. So, 5-2. So go on to your next question. In the category of, I believe this one was your one from the Triple Threat, In Your House. And that question is, when Brian Pillman defeated Goldust at In Your House Ground Zero, he won Marlena for 30 days. What would have happened if Pillman if Goldust had won? At In Your House Ground Zero. Alright. Are you both in? Yes?
Yes.
Alright.
Yeah.
Scott, what do you got?
I just put that Pillman would be Goldust's slave.
And Jacob.
Who said been a servant, but I guess same logic.
That is kind of the same thing, but it is both incorrect. It would have been that Pillman would have had to leave the WWF forever.
Damn.
Oh yeah, yeah, I remember it all now.
Alright, so
Marlon was the one that agreed to the match because of that.
your next question is another number one, but your question is in the category of WrestleMania. How many times was Billy Gunn in a tag team championship match at WrestleMania? It's currently 4-1.
Can I ask, including pre-shows?
Yeah, includes everything.
Okay.
Yep. Chris Perkins. Jesus, buddy. Calm down. All right, but you both have an answer.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Jacob, what do you got?
3.
Scott.
I have 4. Hope I'm staying alive here.
So your correct answer is WrestleMania's 18, WrestleMania's 14, WrestleMania 11.
But 12 was the pre-show. That's what I asked about. They weren't in
WrestleMania
it.
12's pre-show, the Body Donnas defeated the Godwins, which means
Wow.
your winner of the last man standing match with a score of 4-0. Jacob Cameron, you will face Paul Mead at Prestige. Congratulations, you are the last person standing. Jacob, your thoughts on this match? Anything you want to say to Paul? Anything you want to promote? Go ahead.
First of all, respect and victory, respect and defeat. Scott, that was a great match. Congratulations. Let's do it again sometime. I am going to the Prestige. Paul, you are the leader of my faction. Got nothing but respect for you as a competitor. You're a former champion. You've done pretty much everything that you can do in this league. But I'm hungry. And I'm going to, correct me if I'm wrong, become the first ever 2-time Twitch TV champion, or has that already happened?
Yes. No one's done that yet.
Alright, then I will be the first 2-time Twitch TV champion.
Damn.
And
Well,
you
we're...
do that Ryan Cam 20.
Boom. Follow Ryan, or sorry, Jacob on YouTube. Great time over there. Scott, you know, you messed up the final, the free for all on that show. Yeah, it was the Body Donnas and the Godwins. I don't even think the
It was
Smoking
just-
Guns were on WrestleMania 12.
Funny leaving every tag team that year threw me off there.
True. But yeah, anything you want to say, promote, or talk about? Go ahead.
Just congratulations, Jacob. Yep, hell of a match, man. You schooled me for sure. It was a lot of fun, though. Had a blast, guys. Looking forward to do it again. I guess I'm on the sidelines watching Prestige. I'll hopefully be in the chat, though.
Oh, no, hold on. We are, hopefully, it is at a time you're available. People seem to be available on Thursday, Friday nights, which is good. So I will announce right now that at Prestige, we are going to be having, I might have already announced this, but we're going to have in the Twitch TV #1 contendership double elimination battle rumble. It's very wordy. Basically, if you have competed in the CWT Rumble last year, I'm looking for 6 competitors to compete for a CWT Twitch TV title match, and it'll be double elimination. So what will happen is all 6 competitors will be in the match at the same time. We will have 4 random questions plus 1 4-pointer. The player with the lowest score, or players with the lowest score, will get an elimination. Once you have 2 eliminations, you're eliminated from the match. The last player standing will get a Twitch TV title match. It's basically like the Rumble, except you get a second chance. But yeah, that'll be coming up, and if you want to compete in that, I will let you know when the post is going up.
Okay.
Yeah, it's I got these crazy ideas in my head that I want to do different games outside the box in CWT, you know what I mean? Instead of just straight up trivia all the time. But yes, Scott, anything else you want to say?
No, that's all. I mean, you guys can follow me on Instagram at thescottgata, on Twitter at Gata_tweet_. I'm gonna have to put in my handle like Jacob did next time. But other than that, yeah, look to be forward to having some more CWT action here.
I appreciate you guys not going the full 50 questions, because this means I can use these questions for the 3 levels of Iron with Steve and Eric. So they're going right over to that document. But yeah, thank you to Chris Perkins for being here tonight. Rucker for showing up. Haven't seen that guy in a while. Steve Mesa was here, Jonathan Peck, and anyone else who was here watching. I appreciate all of you. We're going to do something we don't do a lot of here at CWT. My friend Johan, he's a wrestling ring announcer in Malaysia. And right now he's doing a charity stream for St. Jude's Hospital over on his Twitch. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to raid Mr. Johan. He's a great guy. And we're going to go ahead and raid him. So other than that, have a great night, everyone. We'll be back next Friday, unless I plan anything else before that, for the same Human Rule Championship. You will see Jacob there, you will see Michael Turner, you will see Greg Cherry, and you will see Eric Moreno. We're going to decide who is the king of the same Human Rule, and after that, we're just going to have, like, matches to crown new same Human Rule champion. It's all for fun. But, have a great night, everyone, and we will see you all there. Please go say hi to Johan. He's a great guy and a great ring announcer. Have a great night, everyone.
We're getting things going. I myself am just, I myself am just